A massive win then for Lens as they take all 3 points, closes the gap at the top of the table to now just 4 points as we kick off 2023. A great start for them, quite the opposite for PSG. Frank and Jules with us. Jules, what went wrong for your boys?
Pretty much everything, Dan, really. I mean, to be fair, first of all, I think we need to praise Lens and their coach, Frank Hayes, and the players, Seko Fofana, the captain, who, by the way, is a Paris-born and bred kid. And all of that team, the fans, obviously, at the Stade Bollard, it was an amazing performance from everybody involved with that football club. It was incredible to see the atmosphere, to see the intensity with which Lens played, which they do all the time. This is not new. We've praised them before. We've said how good they've been, not just this season, but for the last 3 years. 2 years before, they finished 7th each time in Ligue 1. But this season, they're taking it to another level. And to be fair, tonight, everything was perfect. They scored early in the first half, early in the second half. They didn't give PSG anything. Yes, there was no Neymar who was suspended, no Messi who was still on holidays. But still, it was an absolute masterclass from Hayes and Lens, and they completely deserved that. And PSG were just completely outplayed. They were not up for it. They were not aggressive enough. It's almost like they didn't know what we're going to hit them, where we knew exactly what this Lens team was going to do tonight.
Was it complacent from PSG, Frank?
I don't think so. I think, and Jules explained that, it's mostly because of Hayes' tactic, the Lens coach, and the involvement of the players, that Paris Saint-Germain couldn't do anything much. It's always the same thing. You know, when you play against Manchester City or you play against Paris Saint-Germain, you know that they're going to get the possession of the ball. So the only way to get a little bit them in trouble is to put the big pressure on them and to have a real tactic. It's what did Lens today. And they pushed them, they pressed Paris Saint-Germain. Paris Saint-Germain couldn't breathe. And the third goal is really what happened during the game. It's they lost the ball very close to their own goals. And they conceded the third goal. Everything was perfect for Lens. Yeah, everything was far from perfect for Paris Saint-Germain. But I enjoyed the game. I didn't think that the League One, you know, comparing to the two games that I had to see with the Premier League, you know, Tottenham and Chelsea, that I had to say that I enjoyed a League One game. But really, I enjoyed. That was the Champions League game with the Champions League atmosphere, with the big pressure. Lens is a real contender. I think they can very much annoy Paris Saint-Germain until the end of the season.
How much, Jules, can we offer up the excuse that there was no Messi and there was no Neymar?
I mean, it's a big part, of course. It's a big part of it. Sorry, Frank, before you go, it's huge. It's huge, like not having Neymar and Messi, but it's still a PSG team that was very competitive, that should not have been dominated the way Lens dominated them. That's all, even without Neymar and Messi.
Frank?
Yeah, I think the way that Lens played, it would have upset Neymar for sure, and it would have been disturbing for him to see that pressure and in the middle of the park, you know, with Fofana, especially the captain of Lens. I think that guy won't stay in Lens for forever. I think we're going to see him coming maybe to the Premier League or to anyway big clubs in Europe, because he's a fantastic skipper. And yeah, they've done everything to make sure that Paris Saint-Germain couldn't breathe. And you can be Messi, yeah, you are the best player in the world maybe, but it's hard to cope with the team completely invested in what they want to do and playing all together with according to the coach tactic. It's what Lens did perfectly, 100%, with of course the luck that you need to score goals, and it's what happened today. I don't think even with Neymar and Messi, with all due respect, Paris Saint-Germain could have done something better.
The goal that PSG got, Jules, were you happy with it?
I thought it was watching it. I thought it was a bit dodgy. I thought Samba had the ball in his hands, and that Ekitike hit the hand first. Even it was just not clean on the ball. I mean, it was given by the referee. You can understand. Craig said that he was okay with it. PSG had other chances, especially in the second half, at 3-1 down to come back 3-2. Sarabia, especially the massive one, and Brice Samba, the former Forest keeper, made a great save. That's not. I mean, they gave that goal. Nice. It doesn't matter anyway so much. But it felt at the time that they gave that goal because it was for PSG. If it had been Reims or Brest, that goal was not going to have been allowed.
Well, fortunately, it didn't matter, did it?
No, it didn't matter. No,
it didn't matter.
It didn't.
And you didn't want to ask that question,
No,
did
I
you?
didn't. How dare you? I just do whatever I'm told.
I sensed a little internal turmoil between you and the production side again.
How dare you, Craig? I just do as
Don't
I'm
make
told.
me ask this needless question that didn't matter. But you ploughed on anyway. Fair play to you.
Now Frank wants to get it. Frank.
Yeah, well, I think it should have been denied. I disagree with Craig. I think the Ekitike kicked Samba's gloves. But we have to say that on the third goal that Lens scored, the VAR didn't see that the throw-in before Lens got the ball back. It was the throw-in was for Paris Saint-Germain, and they gave it to Lens. And then Lens were allowed to press after Paris Saint-Germain got the ball back and scored the third goal. So it would have changed something. So he changed something to give that goal to Paris Saint-Germain because Paris Saint-Germain could have come back and drew that game. Sorry. But yeah, for me, it should have been disallowed.